Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today's video is going to be a little show and tell. I don't know if this is what I will use for 2020 because I have a conjunction of different things that I've set up for 2020. Like my pocket has 2020 inserts. That I know for sure I'm going into 2020 with, excuse me. And then I have my 10 that I love a lot. But I picked this up. I bought this off of Amazon. I don't recommend, like, after I set this up, I don't recommend the rings in here. They're like not the best quality. So I'm so happy that it was a cheap planner for one. Um, yeah, so I'm happy that it was an inexpensive planner. I did ask my husband to buy me a better quality one from Franklin Covey, or there's one that I've been seeing, which is Planner Perfect. She has a TN that I really, really, really want. And I threw out a couple of hints. There's also one on Filofax that I want too. So I've given him some options on what I want, but I'm testing out another zip. If you did not know, I had used a zip planner way back, like a couple of years ago. It was a Recollection zipper planner. That planner was not my best friend, okay? But I'm trying this out again, different layout, different size. If you know, you know, I use this for pretty much. This was my wallet. There's nothing in here now. But this was my wallet. This was where I put like cards, and I had like stuff in. I didn't have anything really in here. I just had like a few cards. I had like a few like stuff like receipts in here. And then like in the back of this notebook, I keep like a little information card just tucked away in there. And then this is a full length pocket that essentially I had like my passport and stuff in here. Full length pocket. But the problem with putting a passport in here is it's gonna take up to about right here. So if you have your passport, then you can't really close this. So that was the problem. And I live in Germany, so I need to have my passport on me as another form of identification. Um, Really, I need to be carrying both of my passports because I have a PCS binder, and then that has like my military passport and all the other important papers that I have. But for the most part, just going around to different places, I just like to carry like the smaller forms of identification. And then if I'm going somewhere out of Germany, then I can carry the other things. But the point where I'm getting at is I could not put my passports in here. I did have some little, not stamps, they were, what were they? Tickets, that's what they were. They were tickets for a cruise that me and my husband took here in Heidelberg, Germany. Correct me if I'm saying that wrong. I said Idle, but I think it was Heidelberg. Um, but yeah, I was using this, and this has been my grocery book, my meal planning book. It did have a calendar in the beginning in like 1 week, and I tried that out, and I was like, yeah, no, I didn't like it. Um, but this, and I did like one journal in here just testing out the paper. But this was like my grocery list. It was like meals, quick list. This is the most recent. So yeah, I mean, I used it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna use this for 2020. I'm definitely gonna put my cards back in here because I took them out just to kind of show you the back of this. Don't worry, you can't see my cards, so not big of a deal there. When you open this up, um, it is a planner, and it is personal size, and these are dated inserts. They threw in 2020 inserts for free. I was not expecting 2020 inserts, but they did throw them in for free. These rings are only 20 millimeter, So yeah, very, very small. What I keep in here is the longer sticky notes that are about this long. I keep a codes list in here. Um, which I took out of my other planner. I might actually put this back, but it's just a codes list. And then also I keep like a little pouch in the back, which just has like some other sticky notes in it. So, well, the full length sticky notes in there. You all know about the fly leaves. So here's the thing. The fly leaves don't change. Some of the decorations from my other planner don't change. Um, I did move some things around. If you saw a video, like a couple of videos back, I set up one of my personal planners. I had set it up, came to realization that I just didn't like it after flipping through it. Wanted to kind of try out something else for 2020. So I've kind of just came to the conclusion that I want a better quality planner for 2020, and that's the one thing I want for Christmas. So I asked my husband. I've given him options. Let's see what he decides to go with. Um, when you do flip this open, you have a little journaling card after this. These are just some vinyl stickers. If I have not mentioned that before in past videos, these are just some vinyl stickers that are removable and restickable or reusable, so to say. You can peel them off and then you can just lay them back down and they're perfect. They stick very good to plastic. So that's that. This journaling card, you've seen it in my pocket. It just says sunshine on my mind. Then when you get into it, there's your monthly overview. Let me just go ahead and just say this about this planner, okay? This is in a German language. So this is not English, it's in German. However, it does have English as the second language, like how Filofax has different languages on their weekly inserts. This does have that. And the German language isn't that hard to understand. So, although the monthly overview is in German, it's very easy to read and understand. Like, I would not be confused looking at this if I didn't speak the language. It's pronounced the same way, but it's spelt differently. So, not too worried about that. They gave me 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And this is going to be hard because of the way this is. But yeah, they gave me all of the year at a glance pages. So those are all in here. And then they also gave me a year overview, which is a pullout. And this just has like your full year, it's front and back. So this is your year overview. Now, I am one to not complain about inserts because I like to save money in all locations, and if that means like using like lower cute inserts or something like that, then I'm all for it because really you need the insert for the information, not for the cuteness of it, right? The cuteness is just the added bonus. But I'm going to say that I love the fact that this is printed on white paper and not cream paper like all my other inserts were. So thumbs up for that. Um, Super proud of that. And then I'm also happy that the color scheme is like light pink, pink, and gray. I'm so thankful that they put like a small pop of color in here and it's just like not all meshing together. It's not all one dimensional color, you know what I mean? Um and then also what I love is that it's really thin paper. It's not the best quality paper, but it's super thin so I can use a regular ballpoint pen. I don't have to worry about bleed through, none of that. It's super thin and yeah. Once you get past the monthly pullout, I'm just trying to get to where this cuts off at so I can flip through this a lot quicker. I don't want to make this video too long. This whole section right here is your month overview on a page. So they give you a monthly overview pullout. Um, they give you the yearly overview, monthly pullout, and then they give you a month on a page. This has all of your, well, for this would have German holidays. So this has all of the German holidays. And then what I can do, I mean, this is good to know because I live in Germany and my husband, he gets some of these holidays. Well, I don't think he gets German holidays off. I don't know. I don't know if he's had one of those holidays off. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's good to know because of the stores. Like if you are planning to shop off of base, which we live off base and we shop off base, it's good to know what days they have holidays so that one, we don't put our trash can out on a day that falls on a trash day that actually falls on a holiday, and two, um, we don't plan to go to the store and that store is closed because it's a German holiday. So, good to know. What I'm going to do is add in the American holidays. But once you get through that, there's January through December. And then once you get past that, they give you, it follows into January. So, this is your week on 2 pages. First language is German, second language is English. So, no confusion there. Your dates are up at the top as well as which month you are in, um, which is down here at the bottom. So it gives you a monthly overview at the bottom. Um, and yeah, so this is the end of December. This takes place on what month is this, or which week is this? It's week 52 and it is day 26. So this is the very end of December, and then it just goes right into January on Wednesday. The only thing that I did, which I do in every planner that I have, is I put a piece of grid or some sort of blank or dot grid in between each week. This is so that I have space to do like weekly notes, master to-do lists, and so forth. Yes, they do give you a section to write notes, but sometimes you want to have those notes with that week, and that's the way that I am. That's the way that I plan. So for my weekly, because this is not going to be like cutesy anything, this is more like an appointment book, on the go type of thing. It's numbered, so it goes from 8 to 5, and it's the military time. So it goes 8, 9, 10. It actually follows 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If you're not familiar with military time, um it's really easy to understand if you just count, because it follows 8 a.m. So if you just count down, you'll always know the time. So but anywho, if your days are longer than 5, you can definitely disregard these numbers on the left hand side here and just use the days to fill in. I mean, it's kind of split up between like on the side here, there's another little section on the side. But I mean, you can use this however you want to. You don't have to follow a strict plan. You don't have to follow the manufacturer's plan, and I never do. So, yeah, just a little FYI. But yeah, I put a sheets in between each week, and it just allows me to write my weekly notes. It's front and back, so I can write the first half of the week on this side, and then if there's more going on, I can write it on the back of that. And then it just goes all the way through to December. And then I'm trying to figure out where it ends. So once I get past, actually, no, I take that back. This goes a little bit into January 2021. So yeah, once you get past that, they give you some informational sheets. Now, I know this cannot be understood but it's very self-explanatory when you look at it. So these are just some important dates to remember. This is a map. This is the time zones, the different hours between the time zones. So this map is of Europe. So there's Europe in there. There's some different, or there's some other different places on this map, but you have Europe in there, pretty much the whole European area. Um, but you have that in there. You have the different time zone information in there. There's also some more informational stuff in there, which I did translate, and I just forgot what it meant. So I'll have to go back in and translate it again and then write a sticky note so I remember what it is. Um, it was good information. I think that's why I kept it in when I translated it. But speaking of now, I just cannot remember. I know this one is a measurement. So they give you the different conversions of that measurement. And this one I will definitely keep in for sure. I think it's always handy to have like a measurement sheet. Some more informational stuff that I decided to keep in after I translated it, more informational stuff. What I meant by I don't recommend this particular binder for these rings is because these rings are not at all like your tight Filofax rings. So you can't put, like, if you're a person who, even when you have a simple planner, you like to use the high quality um, dividers and like the really nice thick paper. Here's the thing, if you put that in here, that is all great. But if you plan on having this for like your agenda, like your appointment book, you are not going to be able to move fluently throughout this planner with all of that stuff in here. I really love the inserts that they've provided me, mainly because they're just so simple. And I like the pop of color. You know, I'm all about simplicity anyway. I mean, the font isn't like the best font that I would choose, but it's a standard font, a font that we're all familiar with. It's a standard agenda, one that we're all familiar with. But hopefully in December I will have the planner that I want. Um, Crossing fingers. But yeah, so once you get past that, I just have a few blank sheets here. There's like not that many. There's like one, two, three, four. There's four blank sheets here, and this is for random notes. Random notes and random things. This is a clear flyleaf, clear divider that I made. I used to have vinyl stickers on it, but it doesn't have anything on it now. This is another journaling card that just says you're a limited edition. So that's in here. Another journaling card that just says believe you can and you're halfway there. And then after that, we get to the next divider, which goes into your schedule. So these are undated. So you're probably wondering, like, well, why do you have weekly and a schedule in here? So these are like their dailies. I guess you would say these are like your daily inserts, so to speak. Um, these can you can write the date in here, and it actually goes from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So um, it goes a little bit longer than your typical 9 to 5. And on top of that, they give you a section for to-dos down here, phone numbers, and then notes. So you can write small notes in here. You can write a small to-do list here. You can write a number. So if you have multiple appointments happening in that day or multiple things that are happening in that day, you can write them here. And if there's a number following it, so say you get a phone call or say you're at the doctor's appointment and it gives you some important information and they tell you, hey, this is where you can go, this is the number to that clinic or blah blah blah, you can write that number down. The military, for my understanding, and I'm not bashing the military, but they are very unorganized from my point of view. And you kind of have to just, like, they give you information, but you kind of have to run around and find the rest of the information on your own. So it's important to know who you spoke to, one, and if you can get a number, highly important, two. So that is why this would be like an on the go type of planner, to take with you for like appointments and stuff, because it's so good for that reason. Like, these couldn't have been better inserts for that. But I did go ahead and do the same thing that I did in the front. I put a blank sheet of paper between each daily or schedule sheet, mainly so that, because of this small note section, they only give you a small note section. So if you have multiple appointments happening for that particular day, you can actually write down extra notes for each appointment. So say you have like 3 appointments happening. You have an appointment at 8, there's another one at noon, and you have your last appointment at 1. So if your appointments line up like that and you've got some notes for each appointment, you don't have enough space here in this small section. There may be something that you need to bring to that appointment, something you need to remember for that appointment. Like, maybe you are at the doctor's office and you need to get labs. But which appointment are you getting labs for? I mean, what if all of these are pertaining to your health? What if it's dental? What if it's eye doctor? Or what if it's just general physical? Or what if it's gynecology? You don't know what type of information you're going to need to bring if you just write down like key bullet points down here. Like, it's not enough space. That's where I'm getting at. It's just not enough space. So if you have a gyno appointment and they're asking you to bring something, then you can write gyno blah 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 with blah 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 at this date. And if it's eyes, you can say eye doctor appointment, and then you can write slash location, and then you can write eye doctor appointment for blah 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 to do blah blah blah. You get what I'm saying? So this just helps you have more space. The page in between just gives you more space. Once you get past the schedule sheets, I have another divider here, which is blank. It used to have the not flyleaf. It used to have the vinyl stickers on it, but it just has nothing on it now. This goes into your note section. So here's the thing, and I'm going to pull this out so that I can better turn this. This is just a ruler that I've been moving from planner to planner. Here's the note section. I don't really like how their note section looks. I'll come up a little bit so you can kind of see it. I know it's blurry, so let's clear that up. But here is the note section. I don't really like how their note pages look, but I will definitely use them. I will use them. But I don't really like how they look per se. So yeah. After you get past the note section, you have in here your telephone. This is your telephone section or what have you. It gives you email over here, and then it gives you telephone and fax over here. So it goes from A to Z. So you have your A to Z tabs, and you can put in all of your numbers and so forth. I will definitely use those. If you don't know, I use the telephone sections a lot. You have to have numbers for things here. And then once you get past all of that, I have a plastic pouch here, which just has like some extra sticky notes in the back, and then a page lifter, and then the pen of choice is a Jetstream. I think this is Uniball. Yeah, it's a Uniball Jetstream, and this is by far my favorite pen. Stole it from my husband. He'll be okay. But yeah, once you get past like all of this stuff in the front, the agenda, we'll zip this back up. In the back, you have your card slots. So I have like all of my important cards over here. There's nothing on them that you can really see that is, like sensitive to me. So I'm not too worried about, what is showing. In the back of here, I have my passport for the United States because I am a US citizen. So I have my passport in here, and that one is my leisure passport. So it's not the military one. And then in here, I just have a few coins and receipts. So this is why this planner is so good for on the go, because you can literally put like everything that you need in here. So I think the idea of this is really good. Hopefully, my husband gets me the right binder planner or whatever he decides for Christmas, because I am going to be turning that one into my appointment book. I do use like two other planners. I use my Pocket Filofax for like household stuff and just like general reminders, but I do want something specific to like military, like things like PCS notes. If you don't know what PCS is, that's when you move from one place to another, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Or I want to have it for like general appointments, just anything. So this is good to have. And yeah, guys, I hope that you like the video. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. And let me know in the comments down below if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see, or if you just have any comments in general. And I'm going to head on out. So bye, guys.